It's been a long time since I heard this music. The resolution looks kind of funky, but we'll deal. Wow, it's been a long time. I really hope this game works properly.
Standby 1010, investigated reported disturbance at Acer Plaza.
10-4 dispatcher, verify address.
It's Acer Plaza, repeat, Acer Plaza.
Shots fired on the rooftop. An assault in progress at Acer Plaza. Repeat, an assault in progress. It's a war zone down here. 1085 dispatcher, need additional units. Additional units now. Officer in danger. Officer in danger.
10-5, please repeat, 10-5, all units, emergency. Officer in danger, Acer Plaza, repeat, Acer Plaza, all units.
They were all dead. The final gunshot was an exclamation mark to everything that had led to this point. I released my finger from the trigger, and then it was over. To make any kind of sense of it, I need to go back 3 years. Back to the night the Payne started.
I think it's not centralized properly. The alignment seems a bit off. Let's hope it doesn't cover like any buttons or something, because that'd be bad. Did we crash? Nope.
I was still on the force back then. NYPD, Manhattan, Midtown North Precinct, Hell's Kitchen.
So when are you coming to work for me, Detective Payne?
You'd make me work undercover in some hellhole. Sorry, Alex. Michelle and the baby come first. See? My last smoke. It's bad for the baby.
That's you, Max. A regular Boy Scout.
See, Alex?
Still on for poker Thursday night, right?
Like taking candy from a baby. Life was good. Sun setting on a sweet summer's day. Smell of freshly mowed lawns. The sounds of children playing. A house across the river on the Jersey side. Beautiful wife and a baby girl. The American dream come true.
And some really funky photo filters.
Honey, I'm home. But dreams have a nasty habit of going bad when you're not looking. The sun went down with practiced bravado. Twilight crawled across the sky, laden with foreboding. Michelle, honey, anybody home? I didn't like the way the show started. They'd give me the best seat in the house, front row center. What the hell? Something ugly had been tattooed on the wall, a map of things to come. It was a poison syringe, a magic tag full of diabolical meanings. Listen, someone's broken into my house. Call 911.
Is this the Payne residence?
Yes, someone's broken into my house. They're still here. You have to...
Good. I'm afraid I cannot help you.
Who is this? Hello?
Some of the textures seem kind of fucky.
Michelle!
dead.
NYPD, drop it.
Coming! Let it die!
No, no, please, God, no.
The flesh of fallen angels.
No, God, no, please, Michelle. Oh, baby.
I'm bothered by those little crackly textures, though.
That was 3 years ago. Everything ripped apart in a New York minute. The killer junkies had been high on a previously unknown designer drug, Valkyr, V. After the funeral, I told Alex I'd be transferring to the DEA. It took us 3 long years to get a break in the Valkyr case. Then, finally, 2 months ago, a dime dropper tipped us off that Jack Lupino, a mob boss in the Punchinello crime family, was trafficking. I went undercover, infiltrated the worst mafia family in New York.
Okay, yeah, so the graphic novel bits are a bit messed up, but the textures are the worst part. I think it might be down to the resolution or scaling or something. I'll have to look into it. Oh, come on. Why is this game so difficult to run? Yeah, also, I think there is a button down there. But it's not drawing on the screen, so I can't press it. So...
I came in from the cold and the dark. Outside the city was a cruel monster. I've been slowly working my way from the small time to the big fish, trying to get to the source of the drug. Alex and BB were my only contacts in the DEA, the only ones in this decrepit city who knew I was down here.
BB here. Something urgent has come up with Jack Lupino. You need to meet with Alex immediately at the Roscoe Street station.
I hadn't had a face-to-face with Alex since I'd gone undercover. Outside, the mercury was falling fast. It was colder than the devil's heart, raining ice pitchforks as if the heavens were ready to fall. Everyone was running for shelter like there was no tomorrow. It didn't get any better when I got to the subway. The feeling hit me like a point-blank shot straight in the face. Something was not right about this. My Beretta stirred nervously under my coat, but the train doors had already shut behind me, and I was in for the ride. Next stop, Roscoe Street Station, and Alex.
Yeah, there's these weird little lines everywhere. I'm not sure what to do about them. I could try to drop the resolution
The
down.
The station was drenched in gloom. Alex was a ghost, nowhere to be seen. I'd have to look for him.
You see, when you go closer, they kind of disappear, but it's like these little spiderweb strands of white everywhere. Okay. Okay, I can't seem to get my cursor off the game. Alt-tabbing doesn't work. There we go. Okay, so it's got to do with anti-aliasing. Which we can't change from within the game, so I was too tired to go on. Let's see if we can fix that. So... Turn AA from within the game off. I'm going to use NVIDIA control panel to try and force it on elsewhere. Hello, kitty. What's up? Let's see. Add selected program, Max Payne. Let's see if this works. I'm curious. I don't know. We'll see. So I'm going to restart the application from scratch. And let's see if that works. Fingers crossed. Crash to desktop. Hard crash to desktop. Let's give it one more try. Didn't crash this time. Let's see if we get the spider lines. Or did we get rid of those? Loading screen is also fixed, by the way. Now we can actually see the loading screen and loading bar fully. Cats are having zoomies. Load's very slow. I was wrong. There was no button for these. It's just wait till the red bar goes, but it goes very, very slowly. And I don't see any white lines. It worked. Ah.
Death was in the air at Roscoe Street. I'd have to find Alex fast. The pills would hold the pain back for a while.
I think I have to controls, combat, G to select the best weapon. Cool. Wait. Oh wait, that was previously an E. What if I put it to F instead? Okay. Marginally better. Nice. I got a Desert Eagle. Nice. I didn't even remember that was the first big gun you get. Yeah, this game was also very freaking lethal.
Yeah, he's dead all right.
Hey, it's me you're talking to.
Hold it. Yo guys, hey, we're getting around. You hear me? What is this, a joke? Hey, anybody? Answer me. Oh.
I just remember back in the day, all these slow motion moves and zooms were just so fucking cool. Kong whiskey makes you go ape. Reject humanity. Become monkey. Monkey.
What the hell?
Okay, either I'm a really bad shot or there's something messy with the controls.
The security panel let out a mocking cackle. I'd need the right code.
Mocking cackle. Cacking mockle. I think these voice actors might be slightly racist caricatures. Whoa! Boy, buddy, boyo. Not cool. Alright. Let's go back to the controls a bit. I may have screwed myself up here. Let's take the use key back to E. Tab? Okay. Sure. That one guy ran off.
Kiss it goodbye. You saved me, man.
What's going on here?
A massacre. These armed thugs just appeared from nowhere. We need to get help. I can make the call from the control room 1 floor up. Can you take me there?
Sure. Sounds good. Follow me.
Voice acting was also top-notch back then. Max sounds like he does not give a single fuck.
The power to the rail had been cut. I'd have to get it back on to get the train moving.
Okay, I know that one guy ran off over here. So...
Hey, where are you going? The control room's up the stairs. Frankly, I'm too scared to go to the control room on my own without you and your gun.
should you perhaps have a gun? I could give you a gun. Then you would also have gun.
Home free. This way.
Hey, look out!
Well, that wasn't home free. Oh. There was nobody there. There was that area downstairs that I didn't even go to. I have very little health, but... Eesh. Pain pills. My favorite. Oh. Shift toggles. Bullet time, apparently. Okay. Bum 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 ba-dum bum.
The
He
gate
was very
locked.
bold.
I would have to find another way to get to the tunnel.
Cool. Bang, bang. Oh, there was a guy. Max is just zooming off into the distance with a gun in hand. Oh, breakable glass. Oh, well, that phone's not gonna work. Pills here. Okay. Quick save. Let's see if we got any movement back here. Two trains. What if I want three trains?
The train lit up like a Christmas tree. The power was back on.
Max Payne, the subway driver. Choo choo! Inspection time!
So much for being subtle.
Yeah, never been my thing. I didn't remember the bullets going all over the place like that. Like, they're going everywhere. I seem to recall them being more accurate than that. Hold on, I need to unbind Q. How do I... To delete... Press delete to clear. Oh. There we go. I can't read. And now I shot bullets. Kurika! Kurikka. Kaksipa poikaa Kurikasta is now following. Welcome aboard. We're doing Max Payne. It says so on the screen. With really long loading times somehow. Yeah, it wasn't actually that bad.
Led to an abandoned part of the station, closed off since the early 40s. Something big was going down in Roscoe Street. Maybe that's why Alex had wanted to meet me here. Maybe not. One way or the other, I was gonna find out.
I am a terrible shot. Apparently. I remember I played this as a kid. I remember there being a bank heist, but I didn't remember how the subway station and the bank heist connected. Now I remember. Is he gonna walk up here? I'm curious. The answer is no. Oh. Boom, bitch! Headshot! Now. That wasn't a headshot. Oh, he's running away. Stop! Cease! In the name of drugs and painkillers. I can't say I'm a cop. I'm undercover.
Station's not secured. Someone decided to play hero upstairs. That's all we need.
That was a mistake. There we go. Shot in the dick. Ah. Sorry, man. That was cruel and unusual. I loosely remember this area.
What the hell was that?
I also loosely remember there's some kind of trick you can get the rats to attack you. I can't remember what the trigger for that was, but...
Give me the detonator. What are you talking about? Gun him down. Whack the sucker.
Hello. I love the shoot dodge too much. I remember back when we were kids trying to play this, we didn't really use it all that much. We just played like any other shooter, which is not useful. I mean, it's not that bad, but, you know. You can do much, much better. Sawed-off shotgun. Okay.
The door had been welded shut ages ago and the bomb was missing a detonator.
Hello, rats. How max is your pain? Pretty maxed.
Okay, fellas. The police are on their way. New York's finest are gonna be here soon. So stick to the plan. We've got our own private exit route. In and out, do your thing. Wham, bam, thank you, man.
Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. I love it. Love it. He said it. He said my line. Oh shit, there's another guy. Ow! Stop! Well, 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 if it isn't Maximilian Agony. Oh, fuck. I had a free shot with a shotgun on his back, and I fucking didn't even get him. Ow! Okay, we're very close to death. Quick save. That's fine. Oh no! I missed. First death. Okay, let's pull out the Desert Eagle. Oh, woof! 3 shots from Desert Eagle to kill. Is that accurate to Counter-Strike? I don't know. This guy's very Asian looking. Huh. Never noticed that before. Can I get some pain pills, please? I need to kill my pain. Max pain. Volt C. Oh, for some reason there's pain pills on the counter. I'll take it.
We come to you now live from the crime scene.
Who is this?
Right back at you.
This is Deputy Chief Jim Bravura from the NYPD. You are to cease your criminal activities and surrender immediately.
Sure thing, Jim. Me and the boys have been talking, and everyone's real sorry. They'll never do it again.
Who the hell is this?
Being placed at the scene of a bank robbery wouldn't have tipped the odds in my favor.
Yeah. Probably not a great idea.
The bank robber's score lay on the table. The bank robbers have been after Acer Corporation bonds. The Acer success story had recently been on every channel and on the cover of every magazine. The bank robbers had left their tools on the table. Judging by the detonators, the crooks had bought enough explosives to send Lady Liberty into orbit.
Puzzle! Jesus, hello. Wait, that's a grenade. That's a grenade. Nope. I don't appreciate that. Oh, no. I have so little health, I can't... There's a slight bit of health regen, actually, yeah. How much do you get back? 20%? 20%-ish. Hold on. No health. Was there any health down here, though? I'm gonna go take a look. Because, you know, health would be nice. Because I don't think this game even lets you, like, regenerate between levels. So if you finish a level with low health and low ammo, that's what you get for the next one. No healing items. Awesome. Yeah, we're not doing too hot. It's almost like I'm some kind of amateur. Tickets. Oh no, that's the right. That's not the right button. This game loves its slow motions, and I love the game for it. We have reached Roscoe Street Station.
Hold it! Max, Jesus, you almost gave me a heart attack. I nearly shot you.
Alex, I'm glad to see you.
What the hell's going on? There are more corpses here than at the city morgue.
It's an armed robbery. A tunnel job straight to the Roscoe Bank vault through the old station. Is this why? This is Lupino's gig?
This is Lupino's doing? Lupino's men? Really?
You sure it'll have taken place? You through?
No, it's locked. We gotta get out of here. If it's Lupino,
Alex? Alex!
There was nothing I could do. He was dead. I could tell by the empty, accusing stare of his eyes.
Well, there goes our contacting the NYPD. Oh god, there's a lot of you. No! That was very close to being dead. Yeah, Max has a very strange way with words. He's very poetic about many things. Full health. Azer, a bit closer to heaven.
Let's get the hell out of here.
We'll be fine. Just take it easy.
I'm allergic to sirens. We gotta get moving.
Shut up, okay?
I'm allergic to sirens!
What the hell?
Oh, that was a grenade again. I'm allergic to grenades. Oh. Nice. Acer, fucking hot. Ooh, spare heals. Spare healing items. My favorite. Whoa. Time to get out of here.
Alex had kept me relatively sane for the past 3 years. Now I didn't know how I felt. Somehow he had stumbled upon something big and ended up stepping on Jack Lupino's toes.
And now the loading screens are down at the bottom again. That just happens sometimes.
Lupino ran his racket of sex, drugs, and contract killings from a sleazy hotel in a slum block of tenements. The NYPD was closing in. I could hear the sirens. Their wail was a crescendo. Lupino thought he could get us by taking Alex out and leaving me to take the fall for it. All he had gotten was my attention. I went for the hotel first. It was a sad old thing with flickering lamps and faded colors, cheap mobster punks and tired-eyed prostitutes. I walked straight in, playing at Bogart, like I'd done 100 times before. The place was run by a couple of murdering mobsters with shark smiles. The Finito brothers.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the pain in the butt. Pain to the max.
You're killing me. Did you make that up yourselves, or you get some wino downstairs to come up with it? Don't answer that. A rhetorical question.
I love the faces he makes.
All around.
That kind of depends on who's asking. A friend or a junk squad plan. But don't answer. It's one of them, how do you put it, rhetorical questions. Lupino ain't here, but he said bye.
Lupino wasn't in his cheap hotel. Instead, I ran into the Finito brothers. My cover had been blown. The door slammed shut behind me. And then I was dodging bullets like raindrops.
Pain in the butt. Ha-ha, pain to the max. Junk squad thing.
He kind of does, doesn't he?
A letter on the desk caught my eye. I'd met Lupino only once. The gangster ran all his rackets through his right-hand man, Vinny Gagniti. Gagniti was a high-strung whiner on the verge of breaking apart, like an overamped Energizer bunny. He had the brains to run the business, but he lacked the balls, always falling short, taking his frustration out on underage addicts and call girls.
The V deal goes down at your hotel. Jack's exact words, quote, Vinny, you're in charge of this one, unquote. Rico Muerte's coming to see it through. Anything goes wrong and everybody's gonna get dead. Goes double for you. Treat this guy real good. Anything he wants, you give him. Don't screw this up or you're finito, finitos.
A V deal meant added security, locked doors, and lots of nervous thugs with itchy trigger fingers. I'd seen nothing coming in, but that didn't mean it hadn't been there. Rico Muerte was a regular Kaiser Soze, a spook story told to keep the apes in line. 313. The Finitos had scribbled Muerte's room number on the note's margin.
Bosses! Everything all right? Bosses! Joey! Virgilio! You all right in there? They're not answering. Call the others. Tell them to come quick. Okay, but we can't wait for them. We gotta go in now. Bosses! We're coming in! It's Payne!
Max Payne! Oh fuck, there's 3 of you. Nice. Right over the couch. Ooh, fancy. Alright, let's see. I don't remember a ton.
Getting out was not going to be easy. The staircase was locked and the elevator had been busted for a decade or more.
In his press conference today, the mayor stated that Valkyr represents a clear danger to New York and called for drastic actions to eliminate the problem. On today's top story, the Valkyr crisis worsens with the murder of DEA Special Agent Alex Balder. Special Agent Balder had been shot repeatedly from a point-blank range. The gunman has been identified as Max Payne. The noose is sure to tighten around this fugitive criminal as more NYPD units join the search to apprehend him.
I had just gotten my 15 minutes of fame.
Oh, awesome. Suomi vodka. I never noticed that as a kid. I never paid enough attention. I was too busy staring at the butts and the very strangely shaped face on the lady on the right. What the fuck? That's what's wrong with the faces? Dear Lord. Those look messed up. No. Oh. Well, that was surprisingly easy to just walk through.
Something's wrong with the bosses. Payne's there and they're not answering. Let's go already. Payne's gonna pay in spades.
Okay, bye. That's fine by me. You boys go take care of that Max Payne over there. He's a real tough guy. Oh. Hey! Oh, he actually goes to the cabinet to get the gun. There's all sorts of really cool little details. I remember there was an article in the Finnish Pelit. Hey! Where did you come from? That guy just tanked a shotgun shell to the chest. Oh! I love the facial expressions on these guys. I remember there's an article all about how the scripting was done in this game. It was really fucking complicated, but it was also capable of doing all sorts of cool.
Lords and ladies, Lady Amelia
asks for an audience.
Thank you, Lawrence.
My lady.
My lord?
And now, an all-new episode of Lords and Ladies, brought to you in part by Acer Corporation.
My lady.
My lord?
My lady, there is a matter of great importance.
No, there isn't. More secrets. That's a green syringe. I'm sure that can't be a bad thing. My lady. My lord.
V-head junkies could go off without a warning. I had to be careful.
You're gonna die.
555 PSSY.
It's Payne!
I didn't mean to do the jump. I don't know why I keep pushing those buttons. Oddly satisfying. Yeah, this is a modern Steam game. There'd be an achievement for turning them all on. But this is a game from well before achievements were invented.
Piece of crap! Whack this sucker!
Ah! Yeah, the third-person camera kind of makes it really awkward to get headshots until you get a sniper-scoped weapon.
Tonight, the city's fight against the nightmare drug Valkyr took a turn for the worse, as DEA Special Agent Alex Balder was found brutally slain at the Roscoe Street subway station. A suspect was seen leaving the site only moments after the shots had been fired, and the NYPD is currently in pursuit of Max Payne, a repeated felon believed to be armed and extremely dangerous. And now the weather. The
What is that face?
recorded history.
What is that face, Max? I don't know why he does those facial expressions in this game. Oh, hello, sir. I see your bed's already turned on.
This party had been dead for a while. I couldn't say I was sorry I'd missed the show.
It's amazing seeing this game now. First off, how much it's aged. He looks like he just chatted himself. Maybe he did. Don't judge him. Like Max said, we're not sorry we missed that party. But after we finish Max Payne 1 and we get to Max Payne 2, just seeing how much the game's evolved in a few years is just mind-boggling to me. Because Max Payne 2 is like, it's this, but with so many huge improvements. Yeah, all junkies have tattoos. Everyone who's got tattoos is junkie. That's just how it goes. Ah! The particle effects! The little plaster bits coming out of the wall after you shoot it, just... It's so simple, but it was so ahead of its time back then. Like, nowadays, this is ugly as shit, but... It's got a charm. .313, that's room.
Muerte's room.
But I'm going to take a peek back here, because I never did that back in the day. Or did I? Actually, yeah, I think. 313's locked. I'm gonna call it. Hey! Sorry, man. Hold on, 313. That's not the right button. Oh! Holy shit.
Muerte had received a letter.
That was a trap.
Our investigation had turned up nothing to link Angelo Punchinello, the head of the Punchinello family, to Valkyr. All tracks had ended with Jack Lupino. The letter in Muerte's room was signed by the Don himself. It was the first hint that the Kingpin knew what was brewing inside his syndicate.
The trouble you got into after the Chicago screw-up. The Punchinello family bailed you out. You have been waiting for a chance to pay us back. One of our trusted boys has a monkey the size of King Kong on his back. We need your special skills for backup on a major...
Collecting evidence had gotten old a few hundred bullets back. I was already so far past the point of no return, I couldn't even remember what it looked like when I had passed it.
Wired shotgun trap.
I didn't want to know what had happened here. It was not a pretty sight.
Dead guy. B-U-F-F. Stake through the back. I think this might be a reference to something. I don't know what, though. Wait, this was a secret? I think this is just a secret. Because I don't think this opens. Nope. Huh. I wonder how many other references this game has, because... Excuse me? So... Well, this is a dead end, so do I just go back? Yes, I do. Oh yeah, this. Hey!
God damn! I thought it was a bomb for sure.
Nah, the Russian wouldn't dare. This has been waiting to happen.
I thought it was a bomb.
The hooker had left her diary on the table. The diary belonged to a hooker named Candy Dawn. The read would have made a vice cop blush.
Had talks with the mystery hag over the phone again. Sent her the latest one-eyed Alfred tape. As long as the hag keeps paying for the tapes, the old man could come every day for all I care.
She had a nice sideline, making secret X-rated flicks of her clients and selling them to the highest bidder. It would get her killed if her V-fix for the day didn't do it first.
Ooh. Ooh. Nice. Oh, wrong button. Secrets. Shortcuts. Was there anything else back here? The Flash. Ah, druggies. Fun, folks. Ah! Jesus. Bye! Toasty. Chapter 4, The Blood Veins of New York.
The old service elevator rumbled down to the bowels of Jack Lupino's hotel.
It was freaking crazy. The cops were doing a full-scale siege next door. More traffic than rush hour. I mean, bleeding bastards running back and forth, Ronnie and Jimbo to throw. And in the middle of all this, there we were. I didn't give a damn. Just going with the flow. So what happened? Nothing happened. We got the explosives, dumped the cargo. We were home free. Jeez.
A winter storm warning is in effect in the whole tri-state area, as both freezing rain and heavy snowfall continue. Many roadways are already closed, and people are advised to stay indoors. The severe blizzard has ravaged New York for 3 days now, with no end in sight.
We'd been snowed from the start in the Valkyr case. The forecast said there was plenty more where that had come from. But the snowbound city was on my side. Less chance of innocent bystanders getting caught in the crossfire.
Also, no need to render stuff like moving cars. Or civilians in general. You just not render a whole bunch of stuff. Simplifies the game. How appropriate. Hey! Ah, fuck, I didn't get him. There we go. Ingram ammo. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Where's my submachine gun? I don't know if these actually contain anything, but they might. They can. In theory. Peekaboo. Okay.
Exhibit number 1, a newspaper. A dead man tied to a chair lay on the boiler room floor.
Captain Baseball Bat Boy has an unbeatable track record in superhero death matches. But a 6-pack of root beer gets me every time.
The murder weapon was a baseball bat, now lying in a pool of drying blood next to a newspaper folded open on a Captain Baseball Bat Boy comic strip.
Right.
Take vampire movies. Why are they always set in LA or Mexico? They can't even get a tan. If I was a bloodsucker, I'd move to the North Pole. Winter's one long night. Yeah, and what would you eat? Suck blood from penguins? Nah, Eskimos, man, Eskimos.
What is this conversation?
Get him!
Okay, I'm starting to think that might not be a shootable object. Bang! Bang! Bang, bang, bang.
Chill with the guns. Trust me, you don't want to piss Muerte off. Gentlemen, let's do business. Greed for greed. Here's a green-eyed angels. Amen.
I should not have jumped in here yet. Thunk.
A lifetime ago, this would have gone down as an... It was dirty money.
Make it rain.
The transparent cylinders glowed green, full of Valkyr.
We have drugs. And it's the bad kind of drugs, not the good kind.
There was a key on the table.
That's a big-ass key. It's almost like the devs wanted to make sure you noticed it. I remember this. This part got me killed a bunch of times as a kid.
Two mad dog killers, ready to murder each other. They step into the next room, and I'm thinking, now they're gonna do it. But no. They sit down in front of a TV and solve their differences with a kung fu fighting video game. I tell you, kid, I was so depressed, I strangled them both with the video game cables.
Oh, Rico, you're so bad.
I am, ain't I?
Rico Muerte, big-time hustler.
Who the hell?
It's that cop.
Muerte went for his gun.
And I made a cool pose. I want to think you can shoot those to make them explode, but I guess not. Okay, let's shoot this hooker first. Because, you know, sometimes you have to shoot women. Oh, fuck me. Are they doing friendly fire, right? Ah! Nope, nope, nope. Lady, you have to wait. Okay, this is not very accurate. Ah, where did you come from? Okay, this... How the fuck are you bullet resistant? From Finland, the country of booze and polar bears. Finland vodka. She got some spooge on her. Oh yeah, he has that SMG thing, which is very much lethal if you let him shoot you. That took a lot of health away. But now we get it, and it's kind of awful, but it's fun. Okay, no comment.
The antique switchboard was still in use. There was an old telephone switchboard in the back room of the reception area. Kind that made phone tapping child's play. It wasn't hard to picture a fat pimp sweating with headphones on, listening to his hookers talk dirty and fake orgasms over a web of party lines. The blood veins of New York. Right now, there was a different set of moans and groans going on.
Boss, Cornelia, this Max Payne. He came, started capping us. He killed him.
Are you freaking
was out. A deadly virus released into the city's corrupt circulatory system. Something wicked this way comes. Max Payne at large.
God, I love this game. Wait, what's up here? The club. Is that where I'm supposed to be going? Yes, okay, I remember now. I get him. Oh, fuck. A point blank shotgun blast to the face should really kill people. This is the easiest difficulty setting, by the way. Because the game doesn't allow you to play on the higher ones until you've beaten it. Riveting. Club XXX. Ah! Oh, I didn't remember that. Oh! Last guy got him. Last guy got me. Oh, I didn't say until after I entered the club. Okay. Can I play? Okay, let's get the Ingram out. We have 69 rounds of ammunition. Nice. God damn it, he's behind. That was not graceful. That was a disaster. But it did the thing. We live. Okay, here's the lounge. Can we go there? No. Let's look around. This is the exit. Let's not go that way yet. Oh, yeah, I'm here. We've come full circle. Okay, yeah, we do go to the exit now. Or not. Huh? What did I... Oh, yeah. We have to push this. Which buzzes the exit. And then we can actually leave. Yeah. Got it. Puzzles! Very difficult and complex puzzles. Oh, God, I just realized the Russian guy. Was he already... He's in this game. And the sequel. Max, the dearest of all my friends. Chapter 5. Let the guns do the talking.
Turn around, walk away, blow town. That would have been the smart thing to do. Guess I wasn't that smart. Lupino's tenement buildings were a seedy hangout for all kinds of sleaze. A liquor store, a pawn shop, a laundromat full of mobster bookies and loan sharks. The list went on. The how and why of it was a mystery to me, but they knew I was a cop. They knew I was coming, and they were going to get real trigger happy about it. I got to see Lupino's hangout all lit up. A bomb went off, turning snow into liquid gold. A pillar of fire lifted the remains of a car straight up into the air. The flames were highlighted on the hood of a black Mercedes-Benz as it coasted down the street real slow, as if the driver didn't have a worry in the world. I got a good look at the man riding shotgun. It was Vladimir, the head of the local Russian mob, the fly in Don Punchinello's soup.
Vladimir.
The ringing in my ears was the sound of a mob war being waged.
What a coincidence! That's gonna block off the street. No, we can't go that way.
Another bomb exploded inside the closest slum building. It was a lucky break. The goons inside were spooked, but luck always came with a price tag. More bombs could still be ticking inside, and the cops would already be on their way. Jack Lupino's suite was on the top floor. At least it used to be, before the explosive makeover.
I want to take a look. I don't think as a kid I ever really explored for secrets. So I'm curious if there is anything to find.
The headlines were a depressing read. The headlines were screaming bloody murder. The storm was a screaming duet with the approaching prowl car sirens. It was all a scream when you were down for the count and wanted for murder.
Hooray! Like 5 shotgun shells. I'm guessing the front door would have been a bad idea anyway. Oh, hello. Nice. This game is from the era before it was standard to have a grenade throw button, so you actually have to first select the grenades and then throw them as a separate action, which is very slow and fumbly. And hello, druggies. I wish you a good day. I think you can just shoot them without any penalty, but... Oh, never mind.
The whole building was rigged with explosives.
Ah!
What the hell?
Good question. That's clip-worthy. Okay. I really should have remembered that.
The whole building was rigged with explosives.
It looks a little bit like Bomba. A little bit. More like that kind of sickly narrow face thing going on, though. Sunken cheeks and everything. Ow! I love that the enemies in this game have a separate facial expression when firing a gun. Like, they go from to when they fire their guns. I just love that detail. No! Don't shoot! Thank you. Nope.
A beaten up phone in the entrance hall was ringing. It could have been just a junkie in need of a fix, but it turned out to be something more sinister than that.
Am I speaking to Mr. Payne?
Who wants to know?
My name is Alfred Woden. You must hurry. The police are on their way.
Tell me something I don't know.
They know you're there.
How? And what's it to you?
I will contact you again.
The cops arrived, sirens singing in the off-key harmony of a manic-depressive choir. I had a few minutes while the SWAT team would go through their usual routine. By the time they busted in, I needed to be long gone.
Max Payne, this is Deputy Chief Jim Bravura from the NYPD. Drop your weapons and come out with your hands above your head.
I politely refuse. Oh! That was unfortunate. Yeah, this game does not fuck around. Ah! When you have low health, this game does not give you
key, I'd never get past this door.
Any mercy whatsoever.
Someone had left a letter on the counter. There was a key on the shelf. Suddenly it all made sense. The bombs, the Russian mob boss making an appearance in person. Gagniti was his usual self. All talk and no walk.
After our hit, the Russian has only a couple of guns left, and they can be bought. There's no freaking way he has the guts to try anything after that.
As it turned out, the Russian had plenty of guts. One thing he could count on. You push a man too far, and sooner or later he'd start pushing back.
This is your final warning. Surrender or we'll be forced to take action. Don't make us come and get you.
Let's not mess with the cops. They are very lethal. Ah! Whoa! That was not a gentlemanly thing to do. I tell ya, it's a fucking war zone. Ah! Yo! I had almost full health there. Almost, but not quite. Well, no, not anymore. Yeah, this game does not fuck around. Jesus! I don't have enough ammo for the submachine gun. No! Ooh! Yeah, I run out. Just in case he peeks. I need health really quickly. Heal, heal, heal. Hide in the bathroom. That's what I do best. How is he holding those two guns? Look at his hands. Sorry, I messed that up. Can I try again? Thanks, buddy. Your patience is appreciated. Okay, let's go. Now I have proper grenades. They also have explosives. I don't even know what exploded. Why did I have the Ingrams? Oh god. Not great. Why are there so many of you? Okay, got him. Whew. Holy shamoly. Pain pills, yes please. I didn't even remember how fucking cruel this game can be. Like, the damage just comes in. Oh, cool. Chapter 6. Fear that gives men wings. This game is very fast moving too. Like, we've gone from I'm scared of Red Bull.
The bombs had destroyed all the stairs up to Lupino's office. The alternate route led there by way of adjoining rooftops.
I'm sure that's fine.
It's never been this cold. Never ever. It's like the sky's falling. Yes, sir. It's the end of the world as we know it. And I don't feel fine. I don't feel anything. Not a thing. I'm freezing my butt off.
I love the synchronized animation. It's the end of the world as we know it. I don't feel fine.
To get to the roof, I'd need to get to the elevator through the locked door up ahead.
Luigi's Laundry! Mamma mia! And this leads back to an alleyway? Door? Wait. Did I wander off the path, or is this intended progression? Oh, this is locked. Okay.
Never seen you before. Buzz off, Joker.
Aww. Wait, can I do it again? No. Pizza delivery. Max Payne games also always had this very strange, off-kilter kind of humor to them that I really appreciate. It's a very finished game. You can tell. But it's good kind of finish. I should talk less and shoot more, dear God. I didn't realize there was two guys rushing down the stairs at me. I thought I got the one guy upstairs. I thought I was safe. I was wrong. Max Payne. I like how these junkies are just casually standing there. There's a gunfight happening right next to them. Like, yeah, I'm not in this world anymore.
Hey,
I have very little health again. It's not great.
No, don't shoot. I ain't.
You know the clowns at the laundry?
Me? No.
You're no good to me then.
What? No, no, no. The laundry. Yeah, I know him. Yeah.
Get me in there.
Okay, okay, okay.
Hold on. Okay. Do you have any drugs in here? You do! What a wonderful gentleman you are. This feels very familiar. Like, back when I was a kid, this is how we always went. Playing this game. Where am I supposed to lead you? Oh! I know where I'm supposed to lead you. Back all the way to the laundry. Past all the rats and all the dead bodies. Let's go, let's go, let's go!
It's me. Open up. Let me in, quick.
Not so fast. The password. John who?
Come on. Okay, John Woo.
All right. Come right in.
John who? John Woo. Ah! They all have the same set of cards. Every single one of them has the royal flush of hearts. I think they all might have been cheating. Just a hunch, though. I was looking at the price list, asshole! I want to get some dry cleaning done. Goddamn mobsters, they have no manners. Save. Genuine elevator music. Hey!
New York City is in crisis tonight, with reports of Valkyr-related gang war in the streets of the Bronx. Apparently, Max Payne, wanted for questioning in connection with the slaying of a DEA special agent earlier tonight, is waging a one-man war against his former partners in crime. Among the list of casualties so far are notorious mafia members Joey and Virgilio Finito, as well as Rico Muerte, himself a fugitive from the law, and a suspect for several murders in the Chicago area. The NYPD has been placed on full alert. A citywide APB has been put out on Max Payne. Deputy Chief Jim Bravura has promised to take whatever steps necessary to bring him to justice. What those steps may be remains to be seen. For NYCNN TV News, this is Kira Silver.
Wait, was this a dead end? Oh, wait, the window. Okay.
What the hell?
I don't want to
Oh, I'm dead. No, he missed.
It's not me talking to the pink flamingo, but someone who looks the part down to the finest detail, except that he's evil. I'm hiding in the shadows, watching it all unfold. The flamingo speaks. He can speak here. It says,
"Mirrors are more fun than television."
that's mirrors are more fun than television. Somehow I know this, just don't ask me how. And I, not me, but my double, nods and smirks at this, like it was the funniest thing in the world. And then something goes wrong, and suddenly they know I'm there, hiding behind them, and they both turn to look at me with cold eyes. And the flamingo speaks again. I have no idea what that means. And that's when I always wake up to my own scream in that brightly lit white hospital room, strapped to my bed.
Right. I don't think I'm supposed to jump down there. Just a hunch. Yep, that's more like it. The flesh of fallen angels.
It's always red or blue in the movies.
So green?
No, not the green.
No, not the green. Oh. Okay. That works. That's fine. Ah. Oh. I see. Ah, we're doing this again now. Okay, let's switch guns a little. Quick save here. I just remembered you can do that. Stand by. I need to bind that to something more quick and easy if I can. Perfect. Because now I can do this. Which is awesome. Because it lets me see the facial expressions. Is it useful? Not really. But it's fun. Okay, I'm not gonna do it all the time. I am gonna do it sometimes. Just sometimes.
Vinny Gognitti, just the man I've been killing to see.
Payne? Freaking fed! I knew from day one there was something screwy about you. What do you think you're doing? You're a freaking cop. You ain't got squad on us. You can't just come in here waving your piece like it meant something. Yeah! Oh my god! Oh god, you shot me! Ah! You're dead, Payne! What the hell are you waiting for, you apes? Kill him! Kill him!
With pleasure, boss.
Gognitti bailed. I made like Chow Yun Fat.
I made like Chow Yun Fat. I mean, come on. What game lets you do this back in the day? The bullet casings in the air. The particle effects. Or this. Because I'm dumb and stupid at this game. Oh, my head clips are the... Okay, try again. I think we can skip that cutscene this time. Well, that was a terrible mess. Can I get some health? It's very low.
The letter was addressed to Don Punchinello, but Vinny had never had the nerve to finish it.
Jack's gone voodoo. Just the other night, he shot Dino because he wanted to see what his brains looked like splattered on the wall. He's a freaking mad dog. We're running out of men and business fast.
Gognitti had been living in mortal fear of his boss. Jack Lupino was a psycho. On Gognitti's desk. Vinny Gognitti was running scared. He could run, but with a bullet in his stomach like a broken bottle of Tabasco, he was quickly running out of time. He knew where his boss was, and I wanted to square things up with Jack Lupino. Gognitti would be moving fast. I don't know about angels, but it's fear that gives men wings.
I think I've been here before. Oh yeah, it's this room. Wait, he's gone this way. Jesus.
Gognitti hitched a ride. To catch him, I'd have to follow his lead.
Are we sure about this? Okay. It works, I guess. Chapter 7. Police Brutality.
This was my second train ride of the night. The way it started didn't promise anything better than the last one. Freezing wind tearing at my face like sandpaper and razors, ice hard and slick under my hands and feet. Somewhere in the background, the wail of sirens, the city howling after me. New York sped by in fast forward. Dark rooftop water towers and a dead forest of antennas and chimneys, all a blur. When the train he was riding slowed down, Gognitti made his move.
Impressive. For a man shot in the gut. Okay. I put 2 Desert Eagle shots in his chest, and he just blasts me with a shotgun. I'm done. Help! No! Max, turn, move. This game does not fuck around. It does not give any mercy. I kind of appreciate it for that, but it's also really fucking hard sometimes. Valkyr, Valkyr, Valkyr. Okay. Got it. You like drugs. Drugs are bad, okay? Ah, made it. Ah. I'm being shot. Run. Helicopter.
It's Payne! He's coming down the stairs! Shoot the bastard!
Okay, boss, you got it.
No problem.
Oh. Oh, grenade explosions. And that smug smirk on his face. Shit. No! I'm sorry, Vinny, but I'm going to grab your painkillers right now. Oh, a little bit of health at least. It's rare for me to have more than half health in this game, which is saying something. Ah! Yep. Yep. Also, we should wait for that health bar to actually drain down fully, so we actually have half health. Because healing... Healing in this game is not in... There goes that health again. Well, no more health. We had it for like 10 seconds of gameplay. I keep doing the jump when I just mean to stop the bullet time or something. Okay. I love the faces in this game. They're so terribly bad that they're great.
Hold it.
I think I heard another one. Ooh, hello. Please contain healing items. Grenade. Grenade. Ingram ammo. That's all she wrote. Fuck. Can't be opened. Where am I being shot at? Oh, up there. Okay, I see. Oh, he's dead. Okay. No. The elevation machine. It elevates your experience. Oh. Ow. I don't think this game even has a crouch button. Oh no. Max fell from a high place. Oh, hello. I didn't notice this before. There's a dead police officer down here. How'd you get down here, buddy? Did you beat the mob? They're bad people. Hey, half health again. So that's nice. Alright. Got him. Wow! Ingram. I hear a grenade! Jesus! There goes the health again! Where are you all coming from? Ha! Oh, there's a guy right behind the corner. Reaction times on these enemies are brutal sometimes. Please don't. You know what? Fuck you guys. Ow. Okay, so we know there's that one asshole right behind that corner. Two assholes! But it's okay. Max has the smirk. God, I love this game. It is so cheesy! But I love it. America's Avenger. For the payback time. Is this doable? Nope, it is not. Grenades do not break glass in this game. A lesson learned. Ow. No healing items? None? Fuck. I feel like the gunshots aren't quite going where I aim. Hold on. There's a hole on that box. I'm going to aim for it. And the hole appears about a few degrees down from where I aimed. I think the UI might just be a little bit fuckered. We'll have to keep that in mind. I hope that doesn't impact the sniper scopes, because that will be a pain. But I think it might. Something's fucky with the UI. Hello? I'm looking for a mob boss. He's bleeding. Might have several bullets lodged in his gut.
Max Payne has nowhere left to go. We are very close to capturing him. You'll get a full statement then. Right now, I've got better things to do, ma'am.
That was Deputy Chief Jim Rivera from the NYPD with no further comment at this time.
Apart from his suspicious food habits, I figured Bravura to be one of the good guys. Fate had just dropped us on different sides in this. But when it came to capturing me, he was way out of his league. I had already ditched the cops a couple of rooftops back. For now.
For now. Sir, do you have any painkillers in here? I'm looking for pain medication.
Okay, this is it. Any moment now, Payne's gonna bust through that door with murder inside. It's either him or us. I, for one, am gonna pump the SOB so full of lead, they'll need a forklift to carry the coffin to the grave.
Oh. They appear to have left. Oh. Okay. Gentlemen's? Oh. Ah! Explosion! Where's my quick... Oh. Well now. I should have quick saved right about here. I don't think it matters. I don't think it's necessary to... Alright, aim high. Aim high. Always aim a little high. And maybe add a bullet time. I think you get more by killing people. Aim high. Always aim high. I need to relearn that. Yeah. That works. Based on the sound, Max doesn't even pop the pills. He just chews through them. That cannot taste good.
Open, goddammit! Payne! I'll kill you, you lousy freaking...
Let's make this, Whoa, hella. I was about to say, let's make this a duel, but he doesn't seem willing to make it a duel. He's got some friends coming in. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna... use the range to my advantage. There's one guy down there. Okay. Yeah, we have to go down to get shots off. Nothing back here. Quick save. Ooh. Yeah, that might actually make this game go a little easier if I always aim a little high. Because then I actually get headshots. Never mind. Ow! Jesus, that thing hurts. Nope. Oh, he does that too. Okay. Bye, Vinny.
Gognitti ran out of steam in a dead-end alley with steam boiling out of the sewer grates like all the fires of hell were burning high beneath us. It was shakedown time. Where's Lupino?
Screw you!
Bad start, Vinny.
Police brutality!
I rate pretty high on that.
You can't just hurt me in cold blood?
Just keep telling yourself that. Listen good, Candyman. I'm not gonna be anybody's fall guy. I want to know where your boss is hiding. There was no glory in this. I hadn't asked for this crap. Trouble had come to me in big dark swarms. The good and the just were like gold dust in the city. I had no illusions. I was not one of them. I was no hero. Just me and the gun and the crook. My options had decreased to a singular course.
I'll tell you, just don't hurt me no more. Lupino's at Ragnarok, the nightclub. Book me, take me, hold me to the freaking jail, just don't hurt me.
Your rights will be ready at your funeral.
Nice. And the loading screens dropped down again, so... I don't know why it does that sometimes.
Ragnarok was Lupino's private nightclub. A den of drugs built into an old theater. I knew what waited inside. V-head junkies ready to explode in random acts of senseless violence. And Lupino's goon squad, the worst stone-cold killers this side of hell. Ragnarok was as inviting as a headache, flickering and flashing to a machine gun beat. The belly of a nightclub was a gothic theme park that began with bondage games and led to the nasty stuff from there.
Ooh.
As subtle with its dark message as a cop killer bullet through the heart. Like father, like son. Just like Jack Lupino.
I don't know why I changed guns to dual Ingrams at what point, but I did, apparently.
The book had never been a bestseller. Given the setting, I was surprised to find that somebody had been passing time reading. The paperback was entitled, The Age of Murder and Storm. The blurb on the back mentioned Norse mythos and Ragnarok, the end of a Viking world with a terrible winter that covered the earth in ice, when vile crimes were rampant and all humanity lost. I could see how somebody impressionable might get it into their head that we were at the end of time. I was also beginning to see what the nightclub and its owner were all about.
Well, that's not what I meant to do. I'm gonna take a short break here, get myself another drinky drink, and we'll be back in 5-ish minutes. Let's see how this goes. Hello. Let's heal up first and then see how this goes. Ah! Grenade! Oh, fuck you. Oh. Ain't nobody here. There we go. That was terrible. What? Ah, fire! Fire bad. Fire bad. Fire very bad. Flash! I'm gonna hurt you. Can I go through here? Yes. Ah! I have very little health. You may not have noticed it yet, but the reticle shoots a little low. I don't know why, but it's really annoying. I really, really need some health. Nice. Right, we're at 0 health basically again, so that's great.
Books on the occult had been piled on the table. The room was stacked with light reading, such as Necronomicon, Witchcraft, and Paradise Lost.
Necronomicon.
Titles like Malleus Maleficarum and De Umbrarum Reini Novum.
Malleus Maleficarum. I got that in my shelf.
Covers all dealing with the occult and the infernal, lying between stacks of horror videos and a couple of Ouija boards. The only thing I could take seriously was the thought of Lupino taking it seriously. He had been spending a lot of time getting intimate with the guy downstairs.
Bear. Bear, 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 bear. Where am I going? I don't see no keys. So is this a dead end? Or is there a button here? Some painkillers, that's nice. I can't remember where I'm supposed to be going, so I'm going to poke around a little bit. I think we were in the right place. We just need to find the right point of entry. Oh! Okay. Okay. Once again, immediately after I get health, it's gone. Ah! Ow. You so much as peek through a door in this game. You've basically already been shot at. Does this go anywhere? Painkillers. Almost full health. For a short while. Let's wait for the health to drain in. Hello, boys. The game loves doing that, putting these guys right behind a door. Oh, wait. There's a button. Pyro control. Wow.
Somebody's gotta go in there. It's too freaky. All the screaming. It's been 3 days now. Don't look at me. Hell no, I ain't got that wish. Oh, I'm just saying it gives me the creeps, especially now. It's gone all. There he is!
Ah, there's another guy. Where did he come from? These two. 3! Not fair. I think there's one more. Somewhere there. Thank the Lord he missed. That shotgun will take away a lot of health. Holy shit, we have more health than we need for a very brief period of time. I don't expect this to last. Okay. Ah, there we go. This would have been much cooler if the game had ragdoll physics. Let's not speak of that. Save. Oh. Somehow I didn't expect to be on the rooftops, but I am. Oh, the game's starting to teach us this whole tightrope walking thing. Yeah. We're gonna need it later, unfortunately. Ow. Bang. Oh, hello, sir. Goodbye, sir. Whoa! Whoa! Where are all these people coming from? There's a whole fucking conga line of goons. Choosers of the Slain. Very important features.
Karaoke never was my scene.
Good to know, Max. Look at how much health he took off me. Jesus. Not cool. Not cool. Oh, I have to go up there. Let's go see if that works.
What the?
Whoa! Yes, it does, but... Uh-huh. Oh, did he fall? Oh, he did fall. Okay. Let's try not to fall. Chapter 9. An Empire of Evil.
The backstage area led to Lupino's inner sanctum. The hot air inside was like an invisible wall, thick with incense and something else, a sickly sweet smell that made you gag. This was the rotten core of the Big Apple. Lupino lurked somewhere ahead, like a spider at the center of his web, waiting. The vapors in the air started to make my head swim. Torn pieces of a letter lay scattered on the sofa. Punchinello had threatened Lupino in writing. The note had been torn to pieces, bloody fingerprints all over them.
Don't want you to think that one of my boys is not playing with a full deck. Shape up, Jack. We are running a business here. I'd hate to send the trio to strong-arm you.
The trio were the Don's notorious henchmen. It was obvious that Lupino hadn't been intimidated by the threat. Lupino's notes covered the table. Jack Lupino was crazy, all right. The table was scattered with notes of demented arcane nonsense written in rusty blood.
Rusty's blood!
Demons, devils, and dark gods evoked.
Beelzebub, Asmodeus, Baphomet, Lucifer, Loki, Cthulhu, Lilith, Hela, blood given to you all.
He was after that old Faustian deal. Your soul for power and fortune. Just sign on the dotted line with your blood.
That's a strange
Lupino's notebook lay on the pedestal.
pronunciation of Cthulhu.
Jack Lupino was crazy, all right.
Mythic wolves, let loose to devour the sun and the moon. Lupino is the wolf. I'm Mr. Beast, the big bad Fenris Wolf. I'm the end of the world man, wearing the flesh of fallen angels.
After Y2K, the end of the world had become a cliche. But who was I to talk? A brooding underdog avenger alone against an empire of evil, out to right a grave injustice. Everything was subjective. There were only personal apocalypses. Nothing is a cliche when it's
Oh, Mr. Beast, what YouTube video are you doing next? This is my next YouTube video. You're watching it in the making.
The flesh of fallen angels, come to me all. Astaroth, Beelzebub, Asmodeus, Baphomet, Lucifer, Loki, Satan, Cthulhu, Lilith, blood to you all. Secrets living under the skin of reality. The corruption of flesh.
He's a fairy.
It's close. It's coming. You have come. A witness to the end of time. It's now. I will rise to her side. I don't need the words. I'm beyond the words.
That. What? Okay.
I don't need the words. I'm beyond the words.
I didn't appreciate those Molotov cocktails, guys. Can we try this again? I'm better prepared this time. Maybe if I stand in the pool. Hello. Mistake. Oh, hello. Where's my reticle? Something about the layering of these sprites caused it to disappear. Yeah, it goes right behind the curtain. So you can't see it. I can't see shit. It's okay. I'm fine. Ugh. I couldn't see where the shots were coming from. Oh, he burned himself with a bat throw. Nice. 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 That's good. Next. Oh, ammo. Okay. Next. Oh, I hear it. Holy hell, look at that damage! I took one shot and he took away basically all of my health at one go. Holy moly. Quick save. How many are... Why are they coming one at a time? I remember this being much more fast-paced back in the day. I mean, I can just pop you one at a time if you're gonna warp into there. There we go. Oh, that's a cool wall texture, by the way.
I had known there'd have to be a catch in it somewhere, and this one was the Empire State Building of catches. Lupino was pumped up and dying to go 15 rounds with a mutant alligator. And then he started this spooky monkey talk, straight from a bad dream. Mine.
I have tasted the flesh of fallen angels. I've tasted the devil's green blood. It runs in my veins. I've seen beyond a world of skin, the architecture of blood and bow and arrow. Death is coming! She is coming, and hell follows with her. This is the twilight winter. I am ready to be her son. Her time is now, and all who stand in her way must die!
What a lovely fellow.
Die! You'll die! You'll die! Now! All die!
Ah, woo! I was trying to switch weapons too much. That's not good. Heal, heal, heal. Oh god, more grenades. Ooh, I was so sure I was dead. That shotgun hurts.
When Lupino finally went down, I wanted to make real sure he'd stay that way. He was a bad monster. Turned them into friggin' zombie demons from outer space.
I think he's dead already.
Huh? And that's when it happened.
But dead or not, you've got the wrong guy.
In stepped this knockout femme fatale holding a gun to my face. I returned the favor.
Max Payne, Part 2, A Cold Day in Hell. There's probably a chapter name down there too, but the loading screen's dropped low again, so I can't see it.
Lisa Punchinello. Lisa Punchinello was the Don's wife.
Mona Sachs. Lisa's evil twin.
Your safety's off, evil twin. You might hurt someone with that gun of yours.
Lisa's the damsel in distress. I'm the professional. I'd blow you away without batting an eye.
Sure, and you can check out my credentials splattered all over this joint.
Jack couldn't have framed you. Not the state he was in. We're after the same slime bag. Angelo Punchinello's the one who murdered your friend and framed you with it.
You know this for a fact.
I've got my sources.
I don't have a clue these days. I just shoot them as they come. Who put a contract on the Archfiend?
This one's mine. I hate the guts of that sadistic wife-beater. Why not pool our bullets for this one?
I thought you'd never ask. My finger was starting to twitch.
How do you like your whiskey?
Aw, how wholesome.
I'm easy, as long as you don't try to slip me a Mickey.
You're a real angel, Max.
It was good stuff. Tasted sweet as honey going down.
Nothing personal. Can't risk you going berserk and getting Lisa killed.
Women and bows. It never goes
The
well.
nightmare was always the same. Violent shapes moving in darkness, old and ugly. The killer's mad laughter was a riddle filled with wicked innuendo.
Ah, the crying baby noises.
Somewhere, the baby was crying.
I remember hating these parts. Hating them with a passion. Oh, yep. Oh, yep. Low gravity, messed up FOV. Yep, this sucks. I'm lost. This maze part isn't that bad. Once we get to the jumpy part, that's when it gets dark. I hated
Should've
those.
known it when we found you snoring next to Lupino's corpse. A comedian, huh?
Dus from Grove Street. Let's follow this. I think it says DJ from Grove Street, but I'm going to pronounce it.
The pictures were filled with... Alex and I had a few moments of glory between us. Crime-fighting comrades. The best in NYPD DEA collaborative team. Good-hearted macho bullshit like that. I would have given anything to have him here as my backup. No such luck. No luck at all.
I love that he has portraits of himself with a gun in hand.
Michelle looked at me from the photo. The Payne family. Happiness captured in a Polaroid moment. I had thought it would last forever. Till death do us part. I didn't want to think about it. As long as I didn't, it could never happen. But I had broken my own rule. The thought had already slipped in. Fear was rusty needles poking at my brain. Cold and scaly, it slithered down my chest.
Oh, yeah.
I really love to watch cartoons.
Oh.
Captain Baseball Bat Boy's my favorite.
That started well. Oh, no. Oh, no, I didn't save. I didn't save. F. Oh, I can clip the camera through the walls a bit. That's weird. That's not very pleasant. Wow. Wow.
Should have known it when we found you snoring next to Lupino's corpse. A comedian, huh?
The pictures were filled with good old times.
We're gonna skip the pictures because we already saw them. We're gonna go to this, and we're gonna save right about here.
I really love to watch cartoons. Captain Baseball Bat Boy's my favorite.
Ah! It's so easy to slip off.
Watch cartoons. Captain Baseball Bat Boy's my favorite.
Okay, I think we can do a moon jump here. Another Nope.
I really love to watch cartoons. Captain Baseball Bat Boy's my favorite.
Can I skip here? Nope. I think I saw the door.
I really love to watch cartoons.
If I go here...
Bat Boy's my favorite.
Yeah, that's the exit. That's where we need to get to. But...
I really love to watch cartoons. Captain Baseball Bat Boy's my favorite.
Man, we sure love cartoons. Captain Baseball Bat sure is great. Can we? Yes, we can. Okay. Oof. No, 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 Max, don't fall. Please, quick save. Okay. Dear God, I hate crying baby noises. I think we made it. I think we made it. To the next part.
No. No, no, please, God, no.
That spell's dead! Oh, don't do any more of this, please.
Slice them, dice them, shoot them full of holes, blow them to bits, vaporize them, disintegrate them. No matter what you do, they'll still...
The second one of these is worse. Worse by far.
Diary lay on the table. Michelle was working part-time in the district attorney's office. Her diary was open on today's entry. Her handwriting all pretty curves.
An army dossier found its way to my desk yesterday. Valhalla? Isn't that a Norse myth? Something about Vikings? I tried to tell Max about it, but he was busy, that cute frown on his brow. Guess it's nothing, just a mix-up at the courier service.
From now on, I would always find time for her. It was a hollow promise.
Let's create a new game with these mechanics. I think it's been done many times before.
Max, no, please, Max. Why? I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
No. You can do it. I promise to play it if you can develop it.
Murderer! You killed her! Nothing like that ever happens in the real world.
Chapter 1. The Baseball Bat. Max Payne 1's story is also a pretty disjointed mess. They kind of sharpened that up as well in the sequel. By a lot.
I woke up in a bad dream. My head felt 2 sizes too small for my brain.
But it's cool.
Max Payne, I envy your name.
And the killer was smiling.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Frankie the Bat Niagara.
Niagara, as in you cry a lot? He had a baseball bat and I was tied to a chair. Pissing him off was the smart thing to do.
Nothing wrong with a little laugh now and then. Take me, for example. I love to watch cartoons. Cartoon violence is a fascinating thing. Let's take a break. I need to take a leak and maybe grab a cold one at the bar. Don't worry. I'll be back to finish this off. And then, it's checkout time.
You play, you pay, you bastard. He swaggered out, and the door clanged shut behind him, locks clicking into place. Everyone makes mistakes. Mine hadn't been to crack jokes about the goon with the bat. He'd have cracked my skull regardless. It hadn't even been to trust a girl with a gun. I had blindly gone after the first bad guy on my hit list when I should have been aiming further up the ladder, at the head of the Punchinello family. I couldn't bring myself to be pissed at Mona. Guess I had a soft spot for a pretty face. But when somebody decides to play baseball with your head, you tend to get sore. They had dragged me back to the basement of Lupino's hotel. I was beaten, bruised, and blue. I felt like the chair I had broken to get free. All I had was Niagara's bat, sticky with my own blood.
Ah, we'll be fine. Wait!
Without a gun, I'd be no match for Frankie's men. I'd have to play hide and seek with them.
He was right, you know?
Without a gun, I'd be no match for Frankie's men. I'd have to play hide and seek with them.
Wait, does this lead somewhere? Negative. I wasn't very good at hide and seek. Okay. So I guess we have to wait for this guy to pass. I have a gun! I don't have a gun anymore! No ammo. Okay, that's probably not a good idea then. Okay. So let's wait for this guy, then try to move in behind him, maybe? Hey, it's 4 kills if you're good. I just have the problem that the reticule for aiming is painted too high up on the screen, so it doesn't work. Which is really super annoying, by the way. Okay, where is my gap supposed to be? These guys are way too close together. Do we have to wait for group number 3 to pass? I guess. Because then these 2 clowns go by. How long do you have to wait? Lady, you have to wait. Oh, fuck. Not a good call. Not a good call. Let's try the left side door. Where am I supposed to go? Wait, no, these guys are terrible shots.
Another newspaper caption for a murder scene.
Oh god! This doesn't seem quite viable. I don't remember how you're supposed to do this spot, but this doesn't seem to be the way. I guess I'm gonna follow them instead of trying to go clockwise. Let's try to follow them in and see where they lead. Maybe we can find another route to take. Oh, fuck you! He turned around. Alright. We're gonna wait. I don't remember this part at all. I don't believe I've had the patience for this as a kid. But I know I've beaten this game as a kid, so... Oh god. This isn't viable. This isn't viable at all. Maybe it is. Oh, it is. Okay. Guns, grenades. We're good. Okay. Okay. Now I got bullets. And a hideout. There was stuff down there we could have gotten, but, you know. There were also very many bad people up there. Sir? Oh, grenade. Okay. That's a bit unfriendly. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Okay. There were many bad people up there. Many bad people. We're good. I hear doggos. Ah! Where did he go? He's trying to circle in behind me. He is! That's kind of impressive. He did a lot of shooting as well. Okay, let's check in this car. This truck. Anything? There is fuck all in here. Thus, I shall head out into the streets. Mobile Arrest Center. This city is a mess.
Things were fast going from bad to worse. The men in blue had come and gone. They had decorated the place with chalk outlines and tied it together with yellow tape. The cops who had stayed behind were dead. Frankie, his boys, and I had the place all for ourselves.
Nice.
Just forget about it. Just forget about it. Hey, just forget about it.
What a conversation.
Crazy witch, you should have heard her. She was a real scream when the boys caught her trying to cap the Don. Oh, that's friggin' bad. To the trio? That's even worse than what Frankie's doing to that poor bastard downstairs. She's gonna take a long time to die.
The mobster muscle on the phone was talking about Mona. Punchinello's trio were nothing but bad news.
Nice. That's nice.
evidence that Punchinello didn't like me much.
The fact remains that all the victims so far identified in the Ragnarok shooting have been known criminals, many of whom had large doses of V in their blood. Reliable sources say that Max Payne was also among those killed, although no body has been recovered.
I'm dead!
Reliable sources. That meant somebody thought the Mafia had me and didn't want the cops snooping around anymore. The body would be delivered to them barely recognizable. Case closed. Don Punchinello had the power to be that reliable source, which was no news. But his news was old news.
I love it when they use, like, in-game graphics instead of photos and just put a more blur filter on it.
And it had been important enough for him to give written instructions to Frankie about it.
Saving some money.
Max Payne should die like a dog for the trouble he's caused. Frankie, I know I can trust you to give this matter the dedication it needs.
Frankie Viagra Niagara. Okay. Hey, it's you.
The hotel bar was fast developing quite a history. True to his words, Frankie was there, having a beer.
Jesus Christ. How the hell did you get loose?
Got bored waiting. Thought, what the hell, we could just as well finish this here.
I think this is the game's generic combat music. This plays every time there's like a heavy combat scene. I didn't notice this. I think the version I played as a game didn't have this music in it. I'm starting to think, like, outside the cutscenes, there wasn't any music I can recall. Yeah, this guy's a real pain. Max Payne! As you can see. Okay, there's one guy behind the bar. Okay, he's gone. Oh, I got him. Whew. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Okay, music, you can calm down now, please. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. You've been a lovely iron. Had enough? I don't play with girls anyway. Unfair!
I spotted the tail as soon as I left the hotel. A big black Mercedes. I'd seen the car before. That time it had heralded impressive explosions. Vladimir was back.
Bang. You're dead, Max Payne.
I might have laughed if I remembered how. What's this supposed to be? Cops and robbers? Look, you want something with me? Get in line.
Peace, man. Relax. You know you are a real news item. Armed and dangerous. I am going to make you an offer you can't refuse. I've always wanted to say that.
It's a bum rap. I've been framed.
That's a moot point. Whatever you did or did not do, I'm sure you had good reason for doing it. Want to hear me out?
I'm listening.
Let's find out what the crazy Russian man has on his mind.
Punchinello messing with V is bad for business all around. But that's not all. There is this guy, Boris Time, used to pull jobs for me. He's the captain of the cargo ship Charon. Now the bastard turncoat has gone over to the other side, Punchinello's. The ship's loaded with high-res hardware, guns, my business. If Punchinello gets hold of that cargo, he's won and I have lost. And you'll have your work cut out for you. If you want to get to Punchinello, you'll need heavy-duty persuaders. I am just the man to get them for you. Change the ship back under my flag, maybe pop 2 in the traitor Dime's head while you're at it. You'll get enough guns to start the apocalypse. You in or out?
Let's get this show on the road. Vladimir was one of those old-time bad guys with honor and morals, which made him almost one of the good guys. None of us was a saint. The Brooklyn riverfront was a maze of rusty containers, sharp-boned cranes looming up from the snowstorm. On a night like this, you couldn't help but think of the dark army of dead men sleeping with the fishes, cement shoes in line. No Minotaur lurked in this labyrinth, but somewhere out there, on the clanking deck of his cargo freighter, the skipper of the Cheiron was waiting, like the ferryman of the river Styx.
I was hoping for secrets. Hello. Pass. That's an interesting pose to die in. Ooh. Whew. Oh. Huh, crane's actually moving. Bullet. Two downstairs. One upstairs. Door's closed. Bye-bye. I think that's the only way. How did he not die?
The skipper of the Cheiron was waiting, like the ferryman of the river Styx.
How are you not dying? That's very wasteful. That's a grenade! Shot in the dick. Law. Oh god, I'm so dead. And the camera keeps jolting around whenever I quick save. Huh. I was not prepared. He was. Oh, come on! These guys take so many hits to kill. You know what? Fuck this guy. Oh, that didn't kill him! What are you made of? I put a shotgun blast in his face. What the fuck? He's just absolutely refusing to die. This guy's much more compatible. Whoa! Jesus, what a panic. There we go. Ah. I am not well enough equipped for this. Oh, explosive barrel. Bang. Is there anything in the small boxes? Negative. Oh. Ah. Oh, we're doing this again. I didn't get him. Ah! Holy shit, this game. I remembered it being a bit tough, but this is ridiculous. heard a grenade again. Oh god. Those things are lethal as hell. There we go, fucking finally. Leapfrogging all over the room. Okay. Yeah, this was not an easy game. I remind you, this is the easiest difficulty setting. Ah! Of course, they don't die from explosions. Okay.
What the?
Baseball bat. Not that way. Nope. Oh, there's even more. How many are you again? Are there of you again? I don't know, but too many. There goes all my health again. Christ on crutches. I am completely out of ammo again. Not out of ammo, out of health. Life points. Hooray, one painkiller. And we're going somewhere. Oh, I think we climbed the crane? Or move something with it. Oh, yeah. Oh, hello. I was hearing gunshots, but I wasn't sure where they were coming. Oh, no. Hide. Hey, I'm only a little bit dead. Awesome. Honk. Oh, wait. I didn't realize what was happening until... Oh, wait. It's moving towards me. This time I'm prepared. This time I'm not prepared. Dear God, this game.
What the hell?
Is royally kicking my ass. Oh, there is a guy driving it. Can I kill him? I can, but that doesn't help. Did you see that? Finally! Only took about 100 rounds of ammunition to take out these two guys! I didn't kill him. Pretty! I think he killed himself. Yeah. Whew. Jesus! Look at this! This game! Channel your inner Neo. Geo? Neo, Geo, Neo, Geo! 4 fire buttons and 2 joysticks. I kinda wish I could drop that thing on you guys. Yo! Oh, fuck me! Of course there had to be like 2 more! There's always 2 more. How many people has this one undercover cop killed by now? Oh god. Enemies can drop health sometimes. Glorious. Automated bridge. Hello.
I doubted the letter was a receipt. Rico Muerte had come to town to do more than just sort out family troubles. Exhibits number 1, 2, and 3. Briefcase of money, a sniper rifle, and an envelope with 1 word neatly printed on a folded piece of expensive paper.
Mayor.
It didn't sound like a mafia contract at all. It was too cold and too to the point.
I don't care, I got a sniper rifle. Which does this. The question is, does the reticle actually go where you point it? Or do the shots land where you point it? So, hold on, I'm gonna aim at the cross-section between these 2 beams. It does work! Incredible. Now I shall never use it so I can save ammunition. Instead, I'm going to use the shotgun at long range. Like a complete fucking scrub. I remembered that. I remember that from back in the day when I played this as a kid. Oh, that's one. No! Ow! Oh. Fucking dual Ingrams. Of course they had dual Ingrams on them. Hold on. I think you're supposed to be able to open this. Oh, there's padlock. Huh. That I didn't remember. That's awesome. Ow! There's another guy coming. Of course there is. Are we done? I like that we both missed. We're both equally bad shots. He's struggling to understand how doors work, but I'm also going to die soon, so... Maybe die. Thank you. Please. Oh, medicine cabinet. Oh, I love to see you. Oh, that is the good stuff. Thank you. Wait, that's a door. Huh. I never noticed that as a kid. Huh. Ah! It's the painkiller planet that's devastated mankind's... What? This is the painkiller planet's devastated mankind's on its knee. I have no idea what that is. The capitalization is weird. The sentence structure is weird. It doesn't flow. I have no idea what you're doing. Oh, I think I might have to stop soon because my shoulders hurt. Okay. His back's towards me, so maybe this is like a... This is not like a stealth section! Copying song lyrics. Okay. That explains it. Whoa! Whoa! Could you please die, good sir? Thank you. Okay, now what? Gunshots. Always more gunshots. Ah, grenade! No, 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 no. Oh, you fucks. I just had some health going and you had to immediately ruin it. Or shoot me with a shotgun. That works too, apparently. Holy shit, game has zero chill. Grenade lands at your feet, and there's a guy ready to give you a point-blank death sentence. Two guys, maybe three, just ready to end you right there and then. Holy shit. Okay, I'm coax the grenade. Hide. Take this. Oh no! My gun clipped through the wall. So I couldn't shoot. Could you fucking die? Thank you. Okay. Dueling rooms. More DACA. Where is Batman? There's Batman. Okay, I'm gonna hide here for a sec. Then peek out from here. Shoot this guy. Until very dead. Oh, okay. What's over here? Painkillers! Okay, I think we're headed upstairs. Oh, fuck you. Of course they had to spawn one more guy. Hold on, can I make this jump? No. But there's a painkiller there! The dead guy dropped some pain pills and I can't get to them. I have a vast addiction to opiates. Max needs his pills. There'd be Ingram ammo down. Maybe from here? Yes! Hooray! A bullet. And a pill. Nope, no, Max, don't do it! Okay. I didn't mean to do it like that, but I did, and now we have to go around again. I panicked. I panicked and did a dumb. Hello, kitty. What's up? I appear to be out of bullet time. I can go into this tower and grab his ammo, can't I? How did he get up there? The ladder doesn't go down all the way. Sir, how did you even get up here? Thanks for your ammo, though. Oh, fuck. I think the sniper rifle is just an instant death no matter where you hit with it. Nope, it's not. At least if you miss, then it's not. Then it is definitely not. This thing is very loud, by the way. I'm not a fan. Tow the next one. Okay, let's see. If there is a next one. There is. Okay. You alright? It doesn't. It takes 2 shots to the toe. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Shoot a gangster in his toe. If it doesn't die, shoot him again. I don't think that rhymes with anything. I'm so glad this part's over. This is so boring. Slow. Like back in the day, this was probably impressive as hell. Oh god, oh god, oh god, not good, not good. Nope, still more people. Are we... Nope, we're not done, because there's more people! I don't see a lock on this door, so you have to get in there from somewhere else. Is this open? Negative. How do you get in there? Maybe you have to jump over it. Except there's a roof on top of it, so you can't do that either. Hmm.
I had found Boris Dime's ship.
Okay. How do I get to it? Oh. There's a button. Ooh, okay. Invisible wall, thank you for saving me. Yeah, this game is not at all shy about just having people standing behind doorways ready to pop you in the face as soon as you show up. Brutal.
Rust had crept over the side of the cargo steamer a long time ago. Boris Dime would be on board. I'd have to smoke half of his crew to even get near the gangplank. Guns were probably being kept in the hold, buried amidst the rats and oily water.
Of course he got a shot in. Freaking course. I am not prepared. Yo! Hey! Let's try the deagle for a bit. You missed! You fuck! Phone's ringing. Is that a phone?
Angelo Puccinello here.
Angie, tell me, how much did Dime cost you? I bet it was more than his name.
Max Payne.
Right the first time.
You're dead, punk.
You sure you're not confusing me with Boris here? But you are right, of course. Pretty soon we should get together and have a talk. Pissing Punchinello off was a dangerous game, but when people get mad, they make mistakes. I should know. That's where I wanted Punchinello, mad enough to trip over his own feet, preferably into a grave.
I'm just here for the pills. Choo choo! Okay. Nice. Don't use grenades in enclosed spaces. Just don't. Holy shit, there's like four guys down here. Sawn off shotgun time. This door. Oh. Never mind. No. No. Nice. I still fucking died. Holy hell, this guy. Yeah, this should work. Never mind, he's coming for us. There we go. Whew. Can I have your guns now? I'd like your... Max? Max, please. No. No! Oh, I got stuck in there for a while.
You know how to handle yourself. Anybody who says different is calling me a liar. Glad that you're here. Collect all the guns and ammo you want. Meet me on the bridge afterwards.
Nice! We have now got the Colt Commando, which is the best gun in the game. Because holy shit, yes.
Did you get everything you need?
Check.
I owe you. Anything you need.
This is my solo. When I'm through, Punchinello won't be anybody's problem anymore.
Clear as vodka. But anytime you get between a rock and a hard place, just whistle. This could be the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
You really get a bang out of this big-time gangster act, don't you?
Too bad he's Russian. I might like him otherwise.
Even with all this firepower, I figured I couldn't get to Punchinello at his manor. I could only hope that he wouldn't pass a chance to hear me beg to see he's won.
Another loading screen,
This
yes.
is Payne. I want to cut a deal.
Payne, you're a dead man.
That's what everybody keeps telling me. I got your ship and her cargo. I want to meet. No pain, no gain. Capiche?
You know my restaurant?
Yeah, I know it.
One hour.
Punchinello's restaurant had seen better days. Snow was falling like ashes from post-apocalyptic skies, but that was outside. Things would soon get hot in the Don's restaurant. I knew it was a long shot, Angelo Punchinello actually showing up, but there was no crime in hoping.
I remember this fucking level. Yep. 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 Nope. This is basically just a rat run. You have to just find the right route through and not die. As absolutely everything explodes around you. Wait, no. That's fire. I may have gone the... What? I'll try the door. Oh yeah. Ooh, okay. I hope the insurance payout's good. Whoa. Nope. Yeah, this feels very familiar. This is exactly what it felt and looked like back in the olden days, so I have to head this way. Get into through this way. No. Zarbomba. Not that way. Oh, come on! I thought I was doing good. Okay, no. You have to move fast. Maybe you have to dive. Quick save. Okay. Whoa! I saw it coming. Didn't have time to dodge it. Holy hell, yeah. This is a very fucking cursed obstacle course.
Punchinello was burning to get me. The feeling was mutual. He was trying to put out my flames with gasoline.
Yeah, this texture has not gone well for the AI re-rendering thing. Hold on. Ha ha ha! I remembered it. Nice. Ah, good times. Good times.
The mobsters have been guarding a real treasure. The way out of this disco inferno.
Guys, can we talk about this? No, apparently we cannot. Okay. It's okay, we can have a little shootout. Again.
The mobsters have been guarding a real treasure. The way out of this disco inferno.
Disco Inferno. That's turmiokätilöt. Maybe this is where they got the name. Which came first? The Disco Inferno album or this game? I don't know. I don't know, but I got a shotgun blast to the back of the head. It's not very sportsmanlike, sir. Why are there so many of you? Why would you be in the sewers? No, it wasn't.
I had seen my smoke signals. The Mercedes was revving to go, almost drowning out the Banshee.
Lies.
You coming? We'll drop you off at the Punchinello Manor.
Sounds good to me.
When this is over, look me up. I could use a professional like you.
I'll keep that in mind.
No fucking access. What? Increase the sewer level counter. I don't have the sewer count. That's a civvy thing. Hey, it counts. Sewer level's a sewer level.
The night groaned with cold. The garden lights flickered nervously. In their light, the falling snow was dead white before the darkness ate it up. I had heard the stories. The trio were mad dogs. They'd have hung the heads of their enemies over the manor gates if the capo had only let them. Punchinello wanted Payne. He'd see the pain. The trick in my situation was that there was no trick, no matter what the movies tell you. No rules, no secret mantra, no roadmap. It wasn't about how smart or how good you were. It was chaos and luck, and anyone who thought different was a fool. All you could do was to hang on madly, as long and as hard as you could. Someone had graciously left the back door open for me and killed the guards. My money was on Mona. I knew the trio would be standing between me and Punchinello. I had read their rap sheets, thick as phone books. No one would be walking out of here alive.
Click.
The numbing cold of the broken night had followed me in. Upstairs, the trio tangoed down the manor halls to the silent rhythm of their murderous hearts, the blood of their victims rust on their lips. Vince Mugnano, Pilot Providence, a.k.a. Big Brother, and Joe Deadpan Salem. The pistol was a frozen lump in my hand, piercing the skin, gnawing me to the bone.
And this, I think, is where I'm going to save and quit for the night. We're going to continue this, maybe even tomorrow. I got 2 more weeks of summer vacation. Can we beat the Max Payne trilogy in that time? Since I have to cancel MGS4 for the time being, it's going to take a few weeks at least before we can start it. I need more hardware. Capture card's not going to be able to capture it. We'll see. For now, though, let's do a proper save. Doot. Quick save. And with that, I'm done for the night. Maximus Payne continues. For now, have a good night. Bye-bye.